Okay, so far in this video, we've redone the floors, done the trim, put this trim around the closet so it looks a little bit more finished. Now I'm looking in the closet and I'm thinking this doesn't look like it's gonna work. It's a little unfinished. It kind of needs like an organizer or something to bring it all together because we've already done all this extra work. Why would we sell short on the interior of the closet? So that's what this video is today. Let me talk to you guys real quick about this so you're not surprised when you go through this in your own house. This is obviously a different color. This wood has probably been on here since the house was new 60 years ago. So you might see a couple of different color. You might see a couple of different color changes here. You're gonna find this was a screw that was in here that was into the stud that somebody had just sheared off and then put that other bracket over the top of. That kind of stuff is gonna happen. So over here you can see the corner is kind of split on the drywall. So basically all of this is gonna need some patching before we get to paint, which is kind of expected. It's gonna be a quick kind of one and done thing. You don't really need to work too hard on this because it is the interior of a closet. It's pretty easy to clean up, even though it looks really rough and intimidating right now. You could probably go over the smaller holes, sand these guys out, and then just use some spackle. I'm gonna probably just use some mud that I have laying around the house and fill all the holes with some drywall mud, and then come back tomorrow when all this little stuff dries and throw a fresh coat of paint on it. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Now some time has passed since I last started tearing this thing apart. I filled in all the holes that were on the wall, sanded down the paint to kind of blend everything out, and added in the trim on the bottom to just get it done. Let's get into this. Ikea closet organizer. They didn't have the drawers for this when I bought the setup, and I'm still trying to get the drawers. So I'm just gonna put everything in, and then when I get the drawers, we'll add the drawers in later. But you should be able to see what it looks like with the shelves and everything, because it's kind of a two-tone thing. I saw it in Ikea when I was there, and I was like, that looks really nice, and it's cheap. So cheap is good sometimes. So like I said before, I don't have the drawers for this, but I looked online to the instructions to see where the drawers are gonna go. And so I'm just gonna use some tape and a Sharpie, mark out where the holes for the drawers are gonna go so I can lay in the shelves for the bracing of this while it's on the ground. And then when I get the drawers, eventually I'll know exactly where to put them and I won't be guessing. So identified that's the top because that's where the anchor thing goes. So I'll start at the bottom, work my way back up. skinny side goes towards the back, and the fat part goes towards the front. It leaves a little bit of a gap in the back. Okay, this is a little odd. This mounts with these brackets here. This bracket will only span 2 studs like that. It will not span 3, but they're telling you that they want a minimum of 3 screws, and then they don't give you the screws. So you basically got to find your own hardware for this, and I don't want to anchor this to the drywall because it's going to have a lot of weight on it. So I'm going to use some engineered screws and mount it right to the studs. You're only going to get 2 because there's nowhere else to mount a 3rd one, unless you planned on doing this ahead of time, ripped apart all the drywall and had some kind of backing in there between the studs to mount this on. So I would say probably 90% of people that are doing this, or 99% of people doing this, do not have that situation. So we're gonna mount it right to the studs, right here. Things last here after you hang this guy on the wall. I wound these little feet all the way up, and I just kind of want to wind them back down to make contact with the floor. Okay, these are the brackets they give you for the rods. They go mount on the side over here. You can count the holes to determine what you set the other side at, or you can just use a tape measure. Save yourself some time. Okay, that's it for this. The closet's done now, and I just got a little bit of painting to do, a little cleanup, and then this room is ready to go, and I can totally walk away from it. Thank you guys for hanging out, like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Quick side note. I'm doing a lot of work to the house, and so my neighbors noticed when they're walking by. I just had a woman who was with a stroller and a couple of kids, like actually stopped outside my window because they saw the camera on this big light and waved at me. It's just, I don't know, is that kind of creepy when somebody looks into your house while you're working on your own stuff, doing your own thing, and they're standing out in the middle of the street waving at you? Yeah.